Today I'm going to be showing you some tips and tricks for contouring for round faces. So I'm going to show you two different techniques today. On one side I'm going to do an overpainting technique, and on the other side I'm going to do an underpainting technique. Okay, so when we think about contouring for round faces, we think about the different types of face shapes that there are. There's square, there's rectangle, there's heart shape. So how do you know if you have a round shaped face? Some keys for me is whenever I look at Bisola's face, I can tell that she has the same length as she does width throughout the entire face. So what I mean is when I look across the forehead, across the cheekbones, across the jawline, I'm seeing the same length and width throughout the face. She also has softer features, and I also see this very beautiful fullness, especially at the apples of the cheeks. So what I'm gonna do now is we're gonna go in and create some lifting and use those techniques to really kind of chisel out and sculpt and really lift those cheeks. For contouring, I'm gonna go in, I'm gonna use this Dior contour stick, and I'm just gonna start by warming some of the product up on my hand. And the reason that we contour is that we're playing with lights and shadows on the face. So this kind of helps to create the dimension and the depth that we're looking to see. So I just kind of saturate that product very evenly throughout the bristles. And because these bristles are so dense, I'm gonna get a very smooth and even application whenever I'm applying. For a round face, I'm gonna go just slightly higher than the hollow of the cheek. I'm gonna start here at the tragus of the ear, which is a little bit higher, and I'm just gonna bring that line to the outer corner of the eye. And I'm gonna stop there. And you notice that I'm doing these stippling motions, which is essentially I'm just tapping the product in and then blend everything up. You wanna avoid dragging the product down because then you're gonna drag the face down. So the whole point is to lift and to create some definition. And the further back you are, we're gonna push everything into the hairline because we don't wanna see any separation between the hairline and between the makeup. We want everything to just naturally blend and flow. This is the Patrick Todd dual-ended sculpting brush, and I love this brush, honestly, because it's so dense on one side. It already has the perfect angle, so it works smarter for you. On the other side, it still has the same angle, but the hairs are a little bit longer, which makes this ideal for picking up any powders. I'm gonna go back into that product a little bit, and I'm gonna bring it here to the temples as well. And I'm gonna be careful not to go too much into the top of the forehead around the hairline, because if we do that, we're going to start shortening the face. And the whole point of doing the contouring is that we wanna create some length throughout the face. So I'm gonna keep this focus here towards the temple. And if you want, you can also just kind of brush that brush across the lid of the eye to create some lift through there as well. So the other place we're gonna contour is here along the jawline. And I start right here under the ear. And you can kind of sweep that. And I'm careful not to go too close into the chin. If we go too close in the chin, we're gonna start shortening the face again. At the top and the cheekbone here, we kind of pull everything up. We're gonna do the opposite under the jawline. We're gonna pull everything down just to help mimic some of those natural shadows. And don't be afraid to go a little bit behind the ear there. You can already see that dimension starting to come in on the face. Now I'm gonna take the smaller brush. This is perfect for contouring down the bridge of the nose. You can start it here in the brow and then drag it right along the side of the nose. And this is gonna create a narrowing effect. Also, I love using that Dior stick because it really mimics the natural colors of shadows, and especially for deeper skin tones. This one has like a little bit more of the purplish undertones to it, which makes it the perfect shadow color for contouring for Bisola here. You use this already, yes? Yeah. Now, after you have this down, you can go in with the powder product just to kind of set and lock everything into place. So I'm gonna use the Fenty powder. I'm gonna use the same brush, just the opposite side. Anytime you place the brush down, the most color is gonna go there first. So I'm just gonna tap it off to dust some of the excess product off. I'm gonna go in the exact same place and just kind of lock that down, using the same stippling motions again. Into the temples, dragging it a little bit across the outer eye, a little bit around the forehead, and a little around the jawline, and pulling everything back. We're gonna take the smaller brush, the same one we use for the cream product, knock some of that product off, and then just set the nose as well. You wanna move your brush almost like you were moving chopsticks, very lightly. You can take your beauty blender or any sponge that you have and just clean up around any areas. Still stippling because you don't wanna disturb any product underneath. So now that we have contoured, we're gonna go back in and add some lights to the face because the whole point of this technique is to play with the lights and shadows. So I'm gonna go in with some concealer just to kind of push some of the features back forward. So I'm gonna go in using the NARS Creamy Concealer. I wanna make sure we're warming all of the product onto the skin. And I'm going to use one color that is her natural shade and one that's a little bit brighter just to add some of those pops and those highlights back into the skin. And for this, I'm going to use a dual fiber brush. So it just has synthetic and natural fibers. And this is going to really allow for a really natural application of the product. Some of the common mistakes when people are contouring is that they typically are not paying attention to their face shape. And so sometimes we're contouring like one size fits all, but it's not. You need to contour for your particular face shape. And I think that doing the thing where you suck in the lips and feeling for your own hollows of your cheekbones will give you a good map and a guideline for where to go and start applying your product at. So when I'm applying this concealer, I apply right in the inner corner of the eye. And I'm also gonna go on the outer corner of the eye just to lift. I'm gonna go around the nose and the nasolabial fold here and pull the product out. We're gonna go in the center of the chin, and I'm just gonna pull the product down a little bit on the side of the nose as well. And we're gonna go right here in the center of the forehead. The last place I'm gonna take this is down the bridge of the nose. So what we're doing now is just adding that light back into the face. You can already see where her face is starting to brighten up a bit. I'm gonna go back in with my beauty blender, tap some of that excess product off on my hands because we like to build in layers, and I'm gonna start stippling my beauty blender in the areas that I put her concealer at. And because I'm using the beauty blender with some of the excess foundation on there, it's gonna help just to really blend and meld everything in and look seamless and natural. So this is side A, and this is how I would contour for a round face if I were doing an overpainting technique. So we're gonna even it out and do the same thing on the other side, but I'm gonna show you a different way to lift the face. We're gonna start with that Dior stick, going back in with the Patrick Ta brush on that angle side, evenly distributing the product throughout the bristles so we don't have any holes or patches through our application. And this technique I'm gonna show you is, I call it using the 3 technique. So we're starting at 3 on the side of the forehead, dragging it right on top of the hollows of Bisola's cheeks, using the outer part of her iris as the map to stop, and then bringing it right around the jawline and under the chin. And then go ahead and start stippling all of the product up on the cheekbone because we want to lift. We want to avoid dragging anything down. And notice where you're holding your brush at. Hold it a little bit further back so you can still maintain some control, but that you're able to apply with lighter applications. Blend everything into the hairline because we don't want to see any separation. We want everything to just kind of flow. And then when we go around the jawline, we're just gonna pull everything back just to start mimicking those natural shadows. The smaller edition of the same brush, we're gonna drag this down the bridge of the nose just to create and to ground this other side of the face. And then dusting that a little bit into the brow. And we can already see Bisola's face starting to lift and take some of that definition in. Now, once I have that done, I'm gonna go into my concealers, and I'm still using the NARS Creamy Concealers. I'm using one shade that is her natural skin color, and I'm using one that's a little bit brighter. We're back in with our dual fibered brush here. I'm gonna go in the inner corner of the eye again, just to brighten. On the outer corner of the eye in a diagonal motion, because we're still lifting around the nasolabial fold. And we're also bringing this down a little bit, even with the smile line, and we're gonna go right in a diagonal direction here, right underneath the hollows of the cheek, and then cut right here nearby the tragus as well. And this is gonna help to brighten and to really help balance the dimension out. Then we're gonna blend this all together using a beauty blender and some of the Danessa Myricks Blur and Balm powder, and then go ahead and start blending all of this out. And using your foundation on your sponge to help blend just really helps to meld all of the colors and the products together. Like a little face massage.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. And you're just gonna keep blending until you get the desired result that you want. We don't wanna see any lines of demarcation. We want everything to just look buttery smooth. And again, we're careful not to blend straight into the center of the product. I'm blending around the lines because I just wanna diffuse those lines and just soften them a little bit. And I'm gonna turn the sponge onto the round side just so I can finish blending through this contour here near the hairline. The cream is not complete without setting it with the powder. So I'm gonna go in with the powder one more time, taking the same brush, using the angled end, dipping into that Fenty Beauty powder, applying it straight by the tragus first because that's where I want the most color to be deposited, and then lightly stippling that product throughout the rest of the face. One other thing I like to do sometimes is just kind of go in with my fingers. I love the way that the products really melt and warms to the skin, and I'll just kind of tap through any fine line areas. And that is contouring with the 3 technique. Okay, so we just went through 2 different techniques for contouring. On this side, we did an overpainting technique. So you had your foundation already down. We went in with our contour products and just applied them on top of the hollows of the cheeks, around the jawline, a little bit into the temples and the side of the forehead. And then we also dragged it a little bit through the eye just to lift the outer corner of the eye as well. On the other side, we did the underpainting technique. So we took the contour and we did everything in a 3 motion, which is easy, I think, sometimes for the brain to remember. And we dragged the contour in the same places, along the sides of the forehead and the temples, right on top of the hollows of the cheeks, and also along the jawline and stopping short at the chin. We also went a little bit down the bridge of the nose just to kind of create a narrowing effect. And with our highlight, we went in the inner corner of the eye just to brighten, on the outer corner, but in a diagonal motion to lift everything up. And in the chin, we made sure to kind of put our brightener there and kind of drag it down the chin just to create more length in the face.